Exploring rotational movement in our hip joints this week. Namaste everyone. Welcome to another episode of On The Mat. With me this week again, Kimberly. Kimberly is going to be taking us into a hip opening sequence following the theme of what we were exploring last week, the theme of Pigeon Hips. It's an exploration of rotational movements in our hip.
My favorite hip opening pose is Pada Galavasana, the bound ankle pose, or sometimes known as the butterfly pose. So it's a really nice hip, external hip rotation and also an inner leg stretch. And the challenge is to keep the back flat while you fold forward.
Feel free to include a short meditation as well at the start and a nice long grounding at the end to turn this into a 60-minute practice. So let's begin. Begin your practice with your breath. Deep, long and regulated breaths using the Ujjayi or the victorious breathing. Constricting the muscles in the throat to achieve this. Achieve a resistance, a very small one, to your own breath. Use that to regulate the breath, drawing it out, keeping the sound in the breath like the ocean, and trying to equalize the inhalation with the exhalation. With every inhale, expansion of the rib cage. With every exhalation, navel pulling inwards and creating firmness in lower belly and pelvic floor. Every inhale lengthens the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. You sit straighter and taller. Every exhale, you maintain this length as you guide the tailbone downwards. A few breaths now with me. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now move as you breathe. Inhale, lift your chin up, rolling the shoulders back. Explore a gentle back bend. As you exhale, drop the chin down to the chest, shoulders coming forwards, and we explore rounding your spine. Good. Arch the body. Again, inhale. And rounding the back, exhale. Coordinating the breath with the movement, inhale. So as you breathe, so you move. Exhale. Next inhale, you deepen your movement. Start to lift the arms overhead, opening the chest and shoulders. Next exhale, lengthening all the way forwards, coming down to the mat in front of you. Okay, inhale, bring yourself back up again. And exhale, come forwards. Hands and knees position. With your palms flat, shoulder width distance underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Now on the inhale, start to extend your right foot back, keeping the right leg straight and lift it off the mat, parallel. On the exhale, bend your right knee, keep the heel of the foot close to the hip. Now with the next inhale, move the right knee forwards towards the right shoulder in a sideways tuck. Then on the exhale, drop the knee down to the chest. Good. Inhale, send that leg back but keep the knee bent. Exhale, right knee, right shoulder, and dropping the knee down to the chest. A few more rounds at your own pace and try to make this a continuous movement, a big, beautiful circular movement. And feel the effect it has on your right hip as you continue to Maintain the integrity of your regulated breathing. Good. Explore now opposite direction movement. Tuck it into the chest, send it outwards to the side, move it all the way back, and then repeat. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale to extend the right leg back, and then carefully balancing as you extend left arm forwards as well. Stay creating length from the back foot to the left fingertips. You can point or flex your toes, whichever works for your body. Please maintain the front of the hip connection with the lower rib cage, firming the belly. Good. And that'll do. Exhale to bring both knees down. And let's lower chest and chin down to Astanga Pranam. Then lower the hips down, extend legs back behind you. Inhale, baby cobra. Start to awaken the muscles in your back. Exhale pushes you to tabletop, hands and knees position. Inhale to extend now, left leg. And start to lift it off the mat. Good. With the exhale, the heel of the foot go into the hip, making a tuck. And with your next inhale, send that left knee towards the left, all the way towards left shoulder. And the exhale drops the knee under the body. Extending back again, inhale, and keep the knee bent, and then exhale to make a continuous movement. Combine all these positions. Create big, beautiful circles with your left knee to awaken all those muscles in your hip. Good. And to gain the most benefits, you go into the full range of motion. Keep the movement stable and firm. Good. Now change direction, opposite side. Very nice. Stay connected with your breathing. And that'll do. Extending left foot back. Inhale, extend right arm forward carefully to find your balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. To lower chest and chin down with the hips high. Inhale to another baby cobra. Beautiful. Exhale, you can lift yourself up to your first downward facing dog. With a straight spine and your heels grounding. Go ahead and paddle out your feet left and right. Perhaps sway your hips or move your shoulders. You have here a few moments to awaken your body and to prepare it for your practice. And if everything is feeling 100%, inhale to tiptoes, hips high. Exhale both knees to chest and looking forwards. Next inhale, step carefully to the front of the mat. Take a halfway lift here, look up and lengthen the body. Exhale, maintain that length all the way down to a hamstring stretch. With the knee slightly bent as an option if you have tight hamstrings. Next, inhale to rise up to standing. And extending the arms up, opening the chest and shoulders. Exhale to bring hands down to the mat again, forward bending. Good. Now take a halfway lift. Inhale the body high enough that the spine is straight. And stepping the left foot to the back of the mat, left knee down, exhale. This is a low lunge pose, so rise up now for Anjani Asana. Arms up, again opening chest, opening shoulders. Take a few breaths. You are going to try, breath by breath, moving the hips forward and coming down deeper into the stretching of the back of the front leg and the front of the back leg. At the same time, maintaining the length in your spine, keeping the body vertical, and always actively extending upwards to the arms. Good. With the next exhale, can you gently Turn the body to face the left side of the mat, and you can allow your left foot to sweep towards the right side of the mat as well. Good. Arms extend from fingertip to fingertip. And then from here, reach forward with the right arm and reverse. Take the right arm up. Find length in the right side of the body. Your left hand supporting, but only very gently. Good. With the exhale, now bring the right hand come down to the mat. And then extend the left arm forwards. Beautiful. Stay here for the next few breaths, thinking about revolving the body upwards towards the ceiling. And a gentle pushing of the shoulder against the front knee. You find that it helps you to open your hips. Stay and breathe as you maintain. You create length in the left side body, and you create the openness of your hips. And release, placing both hands down to the mat. And step back your foot to a three-legged dog. Inhale to send the right leg up. And find the squareness of your hips. Good. Good. Bring the right knee to the chest now in a tuck position. And set the right foot down on the mat in front of you for a crescent lunge. So this time, back leg is straight, back knee not touching the mat. Same rules. The length you create in the spine. The depth of the stretching of the back of the front leg, front of the back leg. Additionally, trying to create balancing and stability by hugging the outer hips in. So again, on the exhale, the body turns to the left, and you can allow the back heel to ground itself inwards towards the center line. Extend from fingertip to fingertip. Direct your gaze towards the right shoulder, past your right shoulder, towards the right fingertips, past your right fingertips to the distance. Good. Bharadvajasana 2. With the strong front leg, you have the knee stacked above the ankle of the foot for the safety of that knee. Reach forward with that right arm and reverse this. Again, same as what we did from a low lunge position. Beautiful length. Exhale, you have the option now to bring the right elbow resting against the front knee or the right hand coming all the way down to the mat. Extend your left arm forwards and create again that beautiful length as you work again to revolve the body upwards. So this is you bringing your left shoulder back until you can gaze underneath that shoulder directly upwards towards the ceiling. Good. Pada Kuntasana, side angle pose. And that'll do. Bring both hands down to the mat and step back your feet. Plank pose position again. Let's do our first Vinyasa. Elbows bent, coming down to Chaturanga, or you can do a knees, chest, chin. Arms straight for an upward dog with an open chest, or another cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog with a straight spine. Good. Come up in tiptoes on the inhale, hips high. Bring knees to chest and looking forwards, exhale. Walking to the front, left foot, right foot. Halfway lift. Forward bend, exhale belly towards thigh, chest towards knee, chin towards chin. Up to standing position, inhale, reach and lengthen upwards. Good, and back to the mat again, exhale, fold. With your breath, halfway lift, inhale, looking upwards. Now step your right foot back, right knee down, gently. When you're ready, open the chest, open the shoulders, extend the arms up, inhale. Good. Every inhale then lengthens you upwards. Every exhale, you allow yourself to sink a little bit deeper into the stretching. Anjani Asana, low lunge. Stay active in the body and in the expression of this pose. Good. So on the exhale, we turn to the right, arms extending. Your right foot can sweep slightly towards the left side of the mat until you are in a comfortable position to explore the openness in the front of your hips in this position. Good. Now reach the left arm forward. Let's reverse this. Inhale up, using the right hand as lightly as you need. Good. And that'll do. Left hand coming all the way down. And right arm extend forward. Body revolving and revolving upwards. And a deepening of the stretch of the left inner leg. We stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both hands down. You will take your left foot back to three-legged dog, extending back. Inhale. Good. And then with your next exhale, bring the left knee forwards to the chest in a tuck. Stack the shoulders above the wrists. Set your left foot down on the mat in front of you. Keep the back heel lifted. Arms up for Crescent Lunge. Balancing. Hugging the outer hips in. Nice and stable, and maintain the strong lift of the back knee. Beautiful. And that'll do. Exhale to the right, arms extending, back heel grounding. Warrior 2. In Warrior 2, we seek an equal weight distribution between front and back leg. This means body neither leaning to the left nor leaning to the right. Keep everything vertical. 1 length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. 1 length from the fingertip to the fingertip. Now reach the left arm forward, reverse. Inhale up. And on the exhale, side angle, the option of the elbow resting against the knee or the hand to the mat. Good. Just like before, you keep the foundation, you keep the support from the arm as light as possible. And this will help you awaken the deep muscles in the body, the supporting muscles. And that'll do. Both hands come down. Left foot steps back. You are in plank pose again. So you take the option to do 1 Vinyasa, or just arriving at downward dog is also an option. Just a reminder here that this practice can level itself to the intensity of what you need for today. Then come up on tiptoes. Inhale. Bring knees to chest and looking forwards, exhale. Next, inhale you, walk, jump or float, whichever feels nicer for the body. And from a halfway lift to a forward bend, exhale. Good, we rise up to standing. Inhale, give the arms a big, beautiful stretch upwards. And exhale, as we come down, let's work with the breath to connect all these movements together smoothly. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down, low lunge pose. Inhale, arms go up. And now turning to the left, exhale, arms extend outwards away from each other. Inhale, take the right arm up and lengthen right side body. Exhale, right hand comes down to the side of the foot, left arm extends forwards. Good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale to reverse again. And exhale, bringing both hands down to the mat. Step back the right leg for a 3-legged dog position. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck the right knee forwards to the chest. Good. Inhale, find your Crescent Lunge pose, a high lunge. Exhale, turns this into Warrior 2. Back heel grounding, arms extending. Inhale, reversing your Warrior. Good. And then on the exhale, side angle pose. Good. On the inhale, another reverse warrior. Now straighten out both legs. Let's do a triangle pose. Exhale, extend the right arm forward. And it comes down to the ankle or the shin or touching the mat. What determines is how open your body feels and how you are able to maintain that your chest and hips are in one plane. You achieve here a right inner leg stretching. And you continue the integrity of your breath. Maintain your breathing. both hands down to the mat and gently squat down by bending the right knee. Retreating warrior pose. So turn the body to face the left side of the mat. Good. And the hands can support in this pose, or if you are able to ground with the right heel, then keep the hands at the heart. Breathe, creating the stretching of your leg. Good. And that'll do. Place the hands down to the mat in front of you and swivel the body to face forward. And start now to step the right foot back to another three-legged dog position. Inhale. Now this time in your tuck, can you bring the right knee towards the right shoulder and stay with the breath as we maintain this strong position. So keep the shin lifted. Good, like a dog peeing. Avoid dropping. As you lift the right shin, you avoid lifting the right hip. This helps you to increase the intensity of the activation here. Set the right foot forwards to the corner of the mat, and you are now in a lizard pose position. Lizard pose. Work to lower the hip to create the stretching that you need. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, lower the back knee down to the mat. Turning the body to the right, using the right hand to gently push the right knee away from the body. This means rolling to the outside arch of the foot. Try your best to lock the right arm out. Incorporate a movement in the upper body as well. Open chest, open shoulders, perhaps even a lifted gaze. This pose can allow you to lower the hips even further. Explore how low the hips can go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Prepare for your next pose by bringing the knee back inwards towards the body and ensuring that you have a firm and stable foundation on the left palm. If you feel uncomfortable in your wrist, then you might modify by coming down to the left forearm instead. Your next pose is a side plank. So lift the back knee off the mat, grab the big toe with the peace fingers and thumb of the right hand, and on the inhale, you can keep the leg tucked and just keep the foot close to the chest. Or if you are feeling able to extend the leg upwards, then like Kimberly, if you push back with your left shoulder enough, you can lift the hip high enough that you can find grounding in your left foot. You can then work on swinging the right leg, either fully extending or with the knee slightly bent. And like a triangle pose, avoid losing the alignment of the chest with the hips, everything nice and open. And you can lower the feet together on the mat, bring both hands down to come to plank. From plank, elbows bent for a vinyasa to downward facing dog. Beautiful practice. Come up on tiptoes. Inhale. Bring knees to chest and looking forwards. Exhale. Next inhale, walk, jump or float to the front. Next exhale to forward bend. Rising up, giving ourselves a big, beautiful stretching upwards. Inhale. Exhale to bring hands down. Good. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, look up, open chest. And step your right foot back, right knee down, low lunge pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn to the right and extend the arm sideways. Inhale, reverse what you were doing. Take the left arm up. Beautiful. Exhale, left hand comes down to the side of the foot as you extend the right arm forwards. Connecting with all the movements in the hip. Inhale to reverse again. Good. Exhale, bringing both hands down. And as you step back the left foot, it is a three-legged dog. Inhale takes it up. Exhale, tucks the left knee strongly, firmly in towards your chest. Inhale, steps the left foot down in front of you, and you rise up to a high lunge pose. Exhale, turns the body to the right, back heel grounding, arms extending. Inhale, reverses your warrior, takes the left arm up, lengthens the left side body. Exhale, come down to a side angle pose. Elbow to knee or arm to the mat. Right arm extending forwards and your chest is open. Inhale, you do another reverse warrior. And then start to straighten out your legs. Exhale, triangle pose. Finding a suitable position to rest your bottom hand. With each other option you take, you are lightly supporting your body. And you have the gaze upwards towards the right hand, but if that hurts your neck, you can gaze downwards. And give the body the time it needs to open. So we stay here. Few more breaths. Good. Exhale, bend your front knee, come down to retreating warrior, your half squatting position. If you can ground your left foot, bring the hands together. You can even push gently against your inner leg with the left elbow to see if that can help you deepen the stretching of your hip. Okay, swiveling to the front of the mat, place your hands down and extend your left foot back again, three-legged dog. And then on the exhale, bringing the left knee to left shoulder. Beautiful, keep the shoulders stacked. Evenly distributing the weight on your palms for the safety of your wrists. And active to find the lift of your left shin. One more breath here. Exhale, left foot to the left corner of the mat and allow the hips to sink in your lizard pose. Initially, keep the back knee lifted and work on creating that stretching of both your legs. Good. And then when you're ready, back knee comes down to the mat. Kimberly's knees might as well be coming down to the mat already. And with the right hand exactly where it is, turn to the left. Use your left hand to push that left knee away from the body. You are also rolling to the outer arch of the foot. And stretching of the hip as you even try to lock that arm out. In order to do so, incorporate movement in the upper body. Open chest, open shoulders, lifted gaze. Beautifully sending the hips forwards as low as they can go. And we stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful practice. As you release, prepare for your next pose again by bringing the knee back. Find the foundation on the right palm, right arm is straight, right shoulder feeling nice and strong, otherwise modify by coming down to the forearm. Your side plank can be additionally modified by allowing the back knee to still be resting on the mat. You don't have to extend both legs. Good, grab the big toe, lift the foot up. You can keep the foot close to the chest, or you might explore extending. As you extend, it might not want to fully straighten, that is fine as well. Work to find the openness in the front of the hip. Work to find everything in one line, from the hand to the shoulder, chest, hip, and grounding of the foundation leg. Stay with the breath, and if you are stable, you might even be gazing upwards. Good. And come out of the pose by bringing the hands down and bringing the feet together. From plank, do one Vinyasa that will take you to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog. Good, coming up to tiptoes, inhale. Bringing knees to chest and looking forwards, exhale. Next inhale, walk, jump or float your way forwards to the front, take a halfway lift. And exhale to forward bend. So rise up to standing, arms up, inhale. On the exhale, lower the hands down to the heart. And let's lift up our left knee to the chest, preparing for a balancing pose. So ensure that as you find this tuck, your hips are level, squared, and pelvis is in a neutral position. This means that you should be feeling equal, front and back, left and right sides of your body. You are active in the foundation leg. You are rooting into the four corners of the right foot. So grab the left foot with your right hand and start to lift it up to a half lotus position. That means bringing the heel to the belly. And then once it's there, roll the left knee back, 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 firmly pressing the foot against the opposite thigh. Ensure that you have the ankle resting on the thigh, not the foot itself. If you wish, you will modify by bringing the foot towards the inner leg instead, taking it into a normal tree pose position. Now one free hand to the heart, and if you don't need the opposite hand to keep the lotus foot in place. Okay, Kimberly has chosen to bind, so she's taking that left arm back behind the body to grasp the big toe. Good, or you can take the option to bring both hands to the heart. Inhale to extend any free arms upwards. Exhale to forward bend. Carefully bring hands down to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale to halfway lift, look up. Exhale to squat down. And slowly lift the back heel off the mat. Good. If you are binding, you maintain this bind as an additional challenge. Now see if you need any support from your hands in this pose. Make the support as light as possible. Focus on active foot. Beautifully floating your buttock away from the heel. And perhaps one day you can bring all your hands to the heart and you are able to maintain. And release. Let's place the hands down. Lift your way back up again. Good. Now let's prepare for Gala Vasana, your flying pigeon pose. From a half lotus, you can slide the foot down towards your knee. Bend your right leg so that you are resting like in a chair pose position. Again, reach the mat with both your hands. And with the palms flat, shoulder width distance, elbows are bent. And you are trying to bring that left shin up as high up the arms as possible. Ideally, your left knee going into the left armpit. And you will wrap the foot around your right tricep as high towards the armpit as possible as well. For this initial pose, you are going to use your right leg to tuck and keep your left shin in position. See, if the body comes forward, you can then start to slowly lift the back foot off the mat. Good. Stay in your tuck variation, or if today you feel like exploring to extend the back leg, then do so with the continuity of your breathing. Come to full expression. Oh, very nice. Very beautiful. And then release. Good. Slowly, slowly lower left leg down. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Forward bend. As you go to these movements, allow the breath to deepen and lengthen. Regain your composure. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, now lift your right knee to the chest. Take a few breaths, establish your foundation and grounding. Establish the neutral alignment of your pelvis and the stability of your hips. Good. Once you feel ready, use your left hand, clasping the right heel and guiding it up towards the belly. And then slowly lower the right knee down, 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 and back, back, back. One hand to the heart, two hands to the heart. If you bound the other in the other side practice, then try for this side too. Good. Once you are bound, or just with the hands at the heart, or with one hand holding the leg. If you have any free arms, extend them upwards. On the exhale, forward bending, take your time. Good. Take a halfway lift, inhale, look up. Exhale, squatting down gently, lift the back heel up, hover the buttock over the heel. Beautiful, strong in your legs, pressing down on all 5 toes, active in the arch of the foot. Staying with a very gentle, light support on your hands, or slowly bring the hands together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently the hands come down and you take your time to raise the body again. Good. And now let's prepare for Gala Vasana. Bending your knee as if sitting in a chair, sliding the foot down towards the knee. Good. Hands come down to the mat. And with the micro bend of the elbows, keep the elbows hugging inwards. That creates more stability. Use your left tucked leg to squeeze the right shin into the position that you want. Wrap the foot around the tricep is also going to keep it in place. And then with that strong tuck, you are going to lean forward and see if today your left foot wants to float off the mat. Very beautiful. Now extend as an option to find a full expression of this pose. Beautiful. And release. Perfect. Lower the legs down, walk the feet forward, take a halfway lift. Inhale, look up. Good. Forward bending. Exhale comes down. And rising up to standing, give the arms a big, beautiful stretch. Do a gentle standing back bend. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat, forward bending. So take a halfway lift. Inhale, look up. Exhale, knees bend to slowly come down sitting. And as you sit, let's arrange our legs in an Agni Stambhasana, a fire log pose. Start with the left shin on the mat in front of you and crossing the right leg over the left. Beautiful. So if this feels really tight for the body, then you might modify by sliding the foot closer towards the calf, then stacking it over the knee. Now bring both hands to the heart. As you hold Agni Stambhasana, try to stay with the lengthening of the spine and sitting straight. So you are going into a sequence of movements now that are designed to really help you feel into rotational movements of your hip and how you can stabilize and find your active range of motion. So begin by gently lifting the right foot up and extend your leg. As straight as you can, swing the right leg to the right and all the way back to the mat behind you. Place the foot down and now work on lifting both knees upwards. And then bring both knees down, facing the back side of your mat. Good. Now with your left leg, try to straighten, extend, lift it off the mat and bring it forwards. And just like a boat pose, stay with the breath to maintain the spine as straight as you can. You might lean back as if you are in a reclining chair, and you are creating a strong front of the hip engagement in your left leg. You are mindful to keep the kneecap lifted so the quad is also engaged. This can be done with the foot flexed or pointed. And that'll do. Release, set that left foot down in front of you and bring the body weight forward so that you can push into the right shin and lift yourself up to a low lunge pose. Beautiful. With the breath, exhale, lower hips down as you bring the hands down to the heart again. And then lift your left leg extended upwards one more time. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swing it to the left. Keep it as straight as you can until the final moment. And once you set the foot down, inhale, both knees lifted up. Exhale, drop the knees down facing the front of the mat. Option to keep the left shin exactly where it is, or if you are comfortable doing this in a half lotus, remember again to have the ankle resting against the opposite thigh, not the foot. Now bind by reaching that left arm back behind you in a twist. You are trying to grab the big toe. If you can't, then hold the pants or hold your shirt instead. With the right hand, you have the option to just gently rest on the left knee. Or if you wish, you can tuck the fingers underneath the knee. Yes, there you go. Good. Now inhale to broaden across your chest and shoulders, and exhale to pull that heel inwards towards the body. Find the expression of this pose. And stay nice and open. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untwist and release slowly. Good. Now can you come directly to a pigeon pose? So have your left shin on the mat in front of you and just slide the right leg back. Square the hips, actively bring left hip back, right hip forward. Please check that your back leg is parallel with the long side of the mat and the knee points downwards. And the angle of the front shin, it does not have to be perfectly parallel with the front of the mat. You can bring that left heel in closer to the body. Level and squared are your hips, which means your left and right side body feels equal. Absolutely essential to achieve this. Let's now explore Kuntasana, which is the spear pose. Use your right hand and grab the back foot. Good. If this is already a big, beautiful stretch for you, then stay. If you can, you are going to pull the heel in close to the hip. Staying here, or maybe you lift the elbow, maybe you face the fingers forward, same direction as your toes, to allow the foot to go deeper into the stretch. Good. Stay here, or take your option to twist to the right using the left hand to hold the foot and extending the right arm back like a spear. Kuntasana. 5, 4, 3, and it is absolutely essential that you maintain the grounding of the hips. 2, and 1. Release gently. Without dropping that back leg, let it come down. Place your hands on the mat and carefully step your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment to paddle out your feet. Left and right, heels and toes. And when you're ready for the opposite side practice, walk or jump your way forwards to a seated position and arrange yourself in Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose. With this time, you have the left shin over the right. Again, ankle is over the knee and knee is over the ankle. Again, stay with a straight spine. Make your adjustment appropriately so that you are able to experience the rotational stretch in the hip without losing its benefits. One hand to the heart, both hands to the heart, and you are going to try your best to make this next sequence of movements happen without the use of your hands supporting, but of course if you need them, then place them on the mat. So let's begin the first movement, left leg straight and off the mat. Left leg swings to the left. Good. Set the foot down behind you. Inhale, both knees lift up and the body turns. Exhale, complete your turn and you face the back side of the mat. Inhale, now right leg straight. Swing it forward and lift. Beautiful. You need to keep the spine straight as well. So you might lean back like in a reclining chair. Breathe. You keep the kneecap lifted. Your quad should be active. Again, pointing or flexing the foot is up to you. Depending on what your body needs, you maintain the shape of the pose that then suits your practice. Your main objective, front of the hip engagement in right leg. Okay, set the right foot down and then bring the body forwards to a low lunge pose. Inhale up with a stable movement. And with that stable movement, exhale, come down without dropping your buttock. As slow as possible and in accordance with the breath. Inhale, the right leg lift again. And let's maintain for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep the right foot back, keeping it straight for as long as you can. And lift the knees up, turning. And lowering the knees down, you are back at the front of the mat. The right shin on the mat or in a half lotus. Good. Twisting to the right. Choose if you want the right hand holding your shirt, pants, or perhaps you grab the big toe. And with the left hand holding the right knee or tuck the fingers underneath. Bharadvajasana. Good. Inhale to broaden across your shoulders. Nice open chest. Exhale to pull the heel inwards closer to your hip. And stay with the breath. Good. One more deep breath in. And exhale, untwist and release. So now come to a pigeon pose. Good. Keep the hips level and square. Reach back with your left hand. Stay with the leg away from the body, or take your option to bring the foot in close to the hip. Good. You might be lifting the elbow, you might have the fingers face forward. You might find the left side starting to shorten in your body, the right side to lengthen. You might find the left sitting bone lift. You might find the right sitting bone lowering. Correcting all these imbalances. Keep the hips squared. Maintain the length in both sides of the body. Good. And let's find Kuntasana, your twist. Do this as an option, or stay in an earlier position. In Kuntasana, if you are not able to maintain the length in both side body, if you are not able to maintain the squareness of the hips, then you are going to be risking a little bit of strain on one side of your lower back. So with that understanding, active in the support of the body and in the maintenance of the alignment of the pose. Stay for one more breath, strengthening the posterior chain as you experience the rotational stretch in both your hips. One hip is laterally rotating, one hip is medially rotating. And that'll do. Release slowly without dropping that back leg. Place the hands down, step back carefully, carefully. And in downward facing dog, walk it out, left and right, heels and toes. Beautiful. Coming up on tiptoes, inhale, hips high. Exhale with knees to chest and looking forwards. Next inhale, you walk, jump or float to the front. And then sit down, exhale. Gently rounding the back so that you lie flat in a supine position. Lie back, spreading the arms and legs. Good. Maybe one more back bend before the end of the class. Can we find ourselves a Asana, a fish pose? So bring the hands underneath your hips. Good. To do this with feet together, legs straight. Inhale, push down into the forearms to lift the heart off the mat. And exhale, lifting the chin, opening the throat to very gently guide the crown of the head down behind you. Actively hug the legs inwards, lift the kneecaps. Keep the heels lightly touching the mat. Good. And with every inhale, the heart lifting. The body expanding, the release of the tension in the front body, the openness in your spine. Take one more breath here, inhale. Exhale, gently release. Walk the arms out from underneath the body. Good. And that'll do, spreading the arms and legs out comfortably wide, with toes outwards and heels inwards. Palms facing upwards, eyes gently closed as we find corpse pose, Shavasana, to give rest to the body. So thank you very much for joining our sequence today. Stay safe as you keep practicing, with joy in the body and peace in the heart. Namaste, and see you soon.